In the top left playing is Elodie. Have Snaek playing for Team USA, and in the bottom right we have Dark Mercia from Saikoya. So we got the two boss characters from the game going up against each other. Elodie generally considered, I think, the stronger pick, but Dark Mercia is kind of seen as like a budget Ragna, where you can use her groove to kind of secure a lethal. And yeah, DM very strong on this map. I could see that. She gets opportunities to build groove. If you put her on a strong front against big units, she'll do pretty heavy damage to them. Actually, I think he probably does more damage to a golem with her groove than Ragna does with Ragna's groove. So, and in a situation where like she could tank hits from like golems, other units, like just take a bunch of damage and then just, you know, heal it all back. Whereas Ragna does come with the like the stipulation that if you use her groove, then she can, you know, die straight afterwards. It's not great. It is in fact less than ideal. What do we got? We got... Ooh, that isn't a kill. There's a lot of damage on that swords. Like, just safely pulling back on this northern front. Actually, Elodie is really strong on this map because, you know... Well, I was talking about how good DM is. Like, if you put up a golem against Elodie, she's just gonna steal it. She's gonna be like, yeah, this is mine now. So... Both players, I think, picking good commanders for this map in particular. Got next. Saikoya just, you know, building a front with spears. They're a pretty good option. Oh yeah, both of them, they're just going to use these villages in the center. So kind of mirroring each other pretty heavily right now. We're going to see what they're able to make of it. Witch comes out. Got some people in chat just now talking about how witches really help with DM. Yeah, there is going to be a lot of income to play with on this map, so you definitely see that. Oh nice, double golem on the defense. And yeah, you're not worried about, you know, those getting stolen or eaten by like Sigurd or something. Even if you take off like 30% health with Dark Mercy, those golems are still going to be scary. Alright, Saikoya building up a defense. And both players sitting on 90% groove. So I guess you would say like the end of their next turn. At the start of their next turn, they're going to have groove. Going to have a lot to play with. It's going to really change how both people are going to have to respect their opponent. The heavy golem, like, yeah, just like a couple golems. They're going to be like defending here, whereas it's just like a ton of spears up in the north. Doing the defense from Saikoya. Now we see a golem on the strong side. Interesting. I guess like if you're up against golem, you have to be able to like fight that yourself. Wow, that's double witches. That's going to be Dark Mercy with groove. That's 50% right there of indirect damage. Snaek is just gonna push back the southern front with two golems. And they're gonna be able to. There's like not really that much to challenge them. Like a ton of units coming out. Which comes out as well. Basically, yeah, in order to deal with enemy witches, you kind of need your own. Oh, that's a nice night crit. Wow, that's a nice decap of that village. So yeah, Saikoya is just doing a bunch of econ damage where they can. That sword's probably going to go down to a golem, but it forces the golem to go south if it wants to deal with it. Yeah, Saikoya, they're just kind of creating this wall along this northern front. Putting their army in position to attack. Gonna shove Snaek back. And Snaek has to retreat a little bit on the southern front because of just how much damage Saikoya was able to accomplish. I have to go clean up that knight and a handful of units here. Snaek. We're just gonna slowly like back off a little bit on this front here. Wow, Saikoya's got 2 golems in the south now. Yeah. Snaek's just gonna get bullied back a little bit each turn. Saikoya is just kind of posturing, slowly moving up. They've got more mobility. They've got more witches. So on the turn where the fighting actually breaks out, like Saikoya is going to be at a big advantage. Snaek just kind of shuffling back now, ever so slowly. I love this use of the sword there to block for the friendly knight. Yeah, another witch comes out, and yeah, they're just gonna go for like one big turn. Goes for that decap. Oh, and I think Saikoya is just gonna dedicate here. Oh, but doesn't attack. And it's just gonna leave Dark Mercia. Like right there. 'Cause nothing can reach that southern side. Oh, and the witches are actually safe there too. So Saikoya with 3 witches, they're gonna have a ton of hex power. They're gonna have a ton of Dark Mercia power. And at this point, 3 witches and a Dark Mercia groove will eat enough health that like a knight crit would kill. Speaking of, there goes that knight. Oh, Snake's gonna go for the witch steal. Oh, that's so cool. And this looks like it's almost the end. But I don't know, like Elodie's looking a bit vulnerable right now. And like hitting Dark Mercy at this point is actually kind of useless because she's just gonna groove and get all her health back. So yeah, I'm not really sure about that one. I think better use would have been to damage the army where you could. And are we actually gonna see Elodie go down? The mages were in position to kill those witches. We've got Hex available. Alright, what can Dark Mercia do? Okay, first sword suicide, 81%. Dog goes down. I think one of these golems is in range? Yeah, it is. And yeah, we're just gonna see Aura of Ruin come out, and Saikoya punishes the overextension there from Elodie. Boom. Snaek with the overextension goes down to Requiem power, as people put it in chat. I think I have. Actually, I just noticed that Saikoya has gone for the yellow Dark Mercy as well. My personal favorite, as it is the one that looks like Super Saiyan. That is just really nicely played by Saikoya. Over, like, just constantly pushing back their opponent. They were able to kind of just keep shoving them and shoving them. Had more witches out. Dark Mercier grew is very scary. There's a nice little scuffle going on in the south. Able to keep those golems out of the game for a while by like pushing down here. So nicely played by Saikoya. It's definitely like a longer game as well, but they kind of had a plan and they stuck to it. I like that a lot. So well played, and that is now 3-1 for France. So France wins the set. You have the 2v2 coming up next, and yeah, it'll be an interesting watch. So we're gonna go into that.